Hello everyone, it's the Roger Rabbit Enthusiast here. Even though I'm called the Roger Rabbit Enthusiast and I mostly talk about Roger Rabbit, I also talk about cartoons in general. I mean, there's only so much Roger Rabbit content out there to talk about. So with that out of the way, today I want to hopefully maybe start a new yearly series where I talk about all the notable cartoons that are going to be entering the public domain next year. For this video, it means talking about notable cartoons that were released in 1930 that will become public domain in 2026. So let's begin by talking about Looney Tunes. In 1930, the first Looney Tunes short ever, Sinking in the Bathtub, was released, starring Bosco. There were 6 other Looney Tune cartoons released this year as well, those being Congo Jazz, Hold Anything, The Booze Hangs High, Boxcar Blues, Big Man from the North, and Ain't Nature Grand. While this would be huge news, these cartoons lapsed into the public domain in 1958 due to its most recent copyright holder, Sunset Productions, not renewing the copyright in time. So these 7 cartoons have already been in the public domain for decades. But here's a cartoon that's becoming public domain that's actually notable. On August 9th, 1930, Flusher Studios released a cartoon Dizzy Dishes. This cartoon is notable as this is the very first appearance of Betty Boop, making her public domain. But see, it's only this version of Betty Boop that's public domain, where she's actually a dog and not the human we know her today. But it's still cool to know that Betty Boop is public domain in some way, shape, or form. Speaking of Betty Boop, a cartoon that's becoming public domain is Swing You Sinners. I just felt like mentioning it because it is an infamous cartoon known for its surreal, dark, and abstract content, and also served as a bit of inspiration for the video game Cuphead. Next, let's look at Flip the Frog. There were actually 2 Flip the Frog cartoons from 1930 that are already public domain, Little Orphan Willie and Puddle Pranks. The reason they're both in the public domain is because they were both rejected by MGM and never copyrighted. They were released domestically by Celebrity Productions Incorporated. But there are 4 cartoons that were released in 1930 that are about to become public domain. Those cartoons are Flying Fists, The Village Barber, The Cuckoo Murder Case, and most importantly, Fiddlesticks. Fiddlesticks is the first Flip the Frog cartoon and is important for 2 reasons. 1, it was the first cartoon made by Ub Iwerks after he left Disney, and 2, it is the first complete sound cartoon to be photographed in color. Specifically 2-strip Harris color. We wouldn't get a Technicolor cartoon until Disney's 1932 silly symphony short Flowers and Trees. Speaking of Disney, let's finally move on to them. There are a lot of cartoons by Disney from this year. The silly symphony shorts that are going to become public domain are Summer, Autumn, Cannibal Capers, Frolicking Fish, Arctic Antics, Midnight in a Toy Shop, Night, Monkey Melodies, Winter, and Playful Pen. Frolicking Fish is notable for helping establish overlapping action with the scene where a trio of fish do a soft shoe dance, which was animated by Norm Ferguson. Walt Disney was so impressed with Ferguson's work that he made his animators study him to further develop their craft. Now let's list the Mickey Mouse cartoons that were released in 1930. The cartoons are Fiddling Around, The Barnyard Concert, The Cactus Kid, The Firefighters, The Shindig, The Chain Gang, The Gorilla Mystery, The Picnic, and Pioneer Days. The Chain Gang is notable as being the first appearance of Pluto, being a gray bloodhound instead of the yellow dog we know today. He would later appear in The Picnic as Minnie's dog with the name Rover. He wouldn't be named Pluto until next year in the 1931 cartoon The Moose Hunt. So those are all the notable cartoons that are going to be entering the public domain in 2026. Most likely these characters in cartoons will be turned into horror films. And that's gonna wrap up the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please give this video a like and subscribe for more cartoon content. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you later.